Hello everyone and welcome to This Means War, Subsaharan COD Mobile League Day 1. I'm your host Dominic, or Shadowfury, whichever you prefer, and we are going to be doing Zero Remorse against Incognito as our first match, which I believe will be the only match for today. There are other people streaming other matches as this goes on. So this is a lot of matches being streamed in parallel. But yeah, this is Zero Remorse versus Incognito, two teams that were initially part of the same team. All members basically just split off from Team Citizens, or Citizens Gaming. So both teams know each other very well. And in the case of 17 in particular, they were a member of Zero to begin with. Sorry, Zero Envy is the one who was a member of early team. 17, I've been told, is the only one who's not Nigerian, which is interesting. I'm unfortunately a little bit unfamiliar with the African COD mobile scene, because normally I get asked to do European and North American games. So this is going to be very interesting, because North American tends to be very aggressive and very much based on, like, out-gun playing their opponents, which that's typical for North American play in pretty much any game. And European play tends to be a lot more about positioning and team coordination. It's usually a more patient game. Again, typical of European gaming. I'm curious what African gaming is like. Like, what is the African scene? What is their general approach? Or is there a general approach? That's such another good question. Like, is there even a general way that is there an African meta, or are there multiple African metas? Guess we'll find out over the course of this league, although I believe I'm only casting this match today, and since I'm not free outside of weekends, and this is going on daily, I believe, for the next month, then I won't be able to catch all of the games, but it'll be interesting to see how this turns out once we actually get into the game. Waiting on Makus to get ready. Also, I should point out these are ranked rules, so as you can see, 6 rounds to win, and I don't think there are any major restrictions on item usage, which, if we see a domination game, is going to be probably pretty lopsided. There tends to be a difficulty in maintaining a fairly balanced game, like in terms of point control, when teams can pull out Predator missiles or Molotov cocktails. Which will also be interesting because the last few tournaments I've casted were using a non-ranked rule set, which I think goes by a few different names. I'm trying to remember what they were calling it in the last one, but basically it's no longer... It's more restrictions on what you can use. I think Omen rules is what it's called. It probably varies. But no, we are on standard ranked matchmaking rule set. What is taking so long? Oh. Trying to work out something. Well, this will be a little while, I'm afraid. Oh, wait. Alright, there we go. Let's get going. Starting off on Search and Destroy on Standoff, a classic map. Actually, quite... honestly, I think one of the better ones. I really enjoy watching this map. I really enjoy seeing how the players make it work, because this map I find is where you really see the style difference I was talking about earlier, where there are players who are more aggressive and ones who are more defensive, or sorry, teams are more defensive, teams are more aggressive. There's more of an aggro meta in some cases, and in this case we are seeing a fairly measured approach. Keeps them with the bomb, but just trying to carefully approach, get into point A. Nothing too aggressive on the first bomb plant, which is definitely not normal. Like, if we're going to see an aggressive play, we're going to see a round one. There's a very nice position here. Actually, oh, I say that too soon. B's coming back here and putting Kipslem on the ropes. Kipslem, however, at least able to get themselves back into position. Just need to find that one last kill and they'll take the first round. Go for it, but nicely done by N, peeking behind the wall. Make sure not to get killed. So of course, at this point, N kind of at the advantage. Getting a beautiful slide to come in and take the round for the defense. Zero Remorse up one round early on. Now I actually kind of expect Incognito to go in for a bit more of an aggressive push, just because, well, that didn't work. To put it simply. That was not... I mean, Kipslem did a great job holding off. It was like, they got all the kills. Just about gone to full-on 5v1 for themselves. But ultimately, there's only so much they can do for... Why is this on? Anyway, ultimately, there's only so much they can do for that, so it is gonna come down to whether or not this works out, and it's really not working out. Zero Remorse with 5 players left on their team. No one died. No picks. And now Kipslem, once again, the only one left for Incognito. And it looks like they are really unsure how to approach this, because this is a 5v1. Now, granted, they didn't do a bad job last time, but they're looking to find a good position, possibly a sniper spot. I would think the best situation for them would be to be able to pick off their opponents one at a time. A difficult proposal, but it explains the high ground, because at this point they can just go around, see where the high ground is, and then go from there, but it doesn't work. And that is another round for Zero Remorse. Really starting out strong here. A little surprising, but can I really say at this point, they are doing a great job. So again, Beast... Xerox Beast grabs the bomb. Now going for the alley play down to point B. Typical thing for round 3, but it's a little bit interesting considering that, you know, the first 2 attempts to push on to A point did not work out. Now the attempt to push on a B point, and again, 17 goes down. Zero Beast takes them out. NV almost down, but... oh, there we go. Nice 2 for 1. Xerox... I have 2 for 0, really. Xerox Beast taking on a third. Opening this game up. This could be it. The plant goes to... okay, the plant went down while Decar was right there. So Decar... well, they're able to take that for free. However, the bomb plant is not going to be stopped the second time. Decar not coming back in time. And now it's just a matter of them getting a 1v3, which they don't. So, there we go. Incognito on the board. And of course, this is 2-6. So we only have another 2 more rounds before the side switch happens. Actually seems kind of scary when you think about it. Destroy the objective. The enemy has the bomb. I mean, at this point, Incognito is already about halfway through to victory, and if Zero Remorse doesn't win the next 2 rounds, they're going into the defense phase at a disadvantage, and attacking is usually easier, but this is looking promising. Yeah, second round coming in, the plant comes in, Beast trying to come around the corner. Doesn't find much, forced to take cover. And 17 takes them out. Finishing off Teich and Envy. They go down to finish it up, tying the round up, and, well, tying the game up. And that is a good position now for Incognito. They have one more round on the attack. If they take it, they are going to be in a pretty solid position going on to the defense. If they don't, it is going to be quite possibly 6-2, 6-3 situation in favor of Zero Remorse. But so far, no picks. H almost down, forced to retreat, 17, also near death, going back to Granny's. Oh, Beast does get picked off. 5v4. Maku's in some trouble. Looking to find trouble of their own. Gets rid of Beast, though. Now, End and Envy are the only ones left. And End gets ended. Envy goes down as well. That is 3-2 on the side switch. So Incognito in a reasonably good position going onto the defense. Of course, this is still going to be tricky because, as I mentioned, attacking is usually easier. It's often more difficult to go in for the defense than for the attack. Given that, I think there's a reasonably good chance that this will still be an even match. A lot of what came through the last time was really just good deathmatch play on the part of Incognito. Although with Zero setting the pace, they do get 3v2 very quickly on in their first round. Went for that very aggressive rush. Melv the only one left, and they go down. Zero takes the first attacking round to themselves. Like I said, it is kind of the thing. They are going to have the slight advantage. They do get to set the pace. And they set a very aggressive pace. So far I'm getting the impression that, at least for these two teams, or at least for Incognito, deathmatch play is the key. They aren't really super keen on setting up the plants or doing any tricky play of that. Though, Standoff is not the map to see that. I mean, Standoff, you're going to see much more of a bias towards aggression. And we are seeing quite a bit of aggression here. And again, there it is, Incognito just going for that deathmatch play. Doing a great job getting rid of everyone but Beast. Beast, they have a minute left to get 3v1 if they play it carefully. But they are flanked by Xerox Beast. That turns them around. Sorry, Zero Beast versus Xerox Beast. Okay, we'll call Xerox Beast Xerox. Although I guess, given the diacritic, I could probably go with Bisht. But let's not. I probably didn't pronounce that right anyway. I'm not Swedish.
Enemy in sight.
Although for all I know, it is Bisht. I'll go with Beast for now. They're dead, so it won't matter for the rest of the game. For the rest of this round. Dekar trying to do something with. Oh boy. That is a sound bug, I'm afraid. Not sure what happened there, but my apologies. At any rate, Zero Remorse is not looking too hot there. They appear to be developing a few feelings of remorse here as far as this match goes. They are now down, and it is 3v5. And the gun glitch is gone. Okay, good. My apologies, not sure what happened there, but it happens.
Destroy the objective.
So, one more round. Zero Remorse has to win the next two rounds and then swap back onto defense and then win another round on defense. And Incognito has found their rhythm. Though Zero Remorse picked up 17. They're picking fight here. Envy having a bit of a tough time. Envy and Tish, or Titch, or go Titch. Envy and Titch are looking a little bit iffy. Dekar getting out of dodge to regenerate, but not dead yet. It's just good, slow, careful play coming in from Zero Remorse. Going for the plant behind the van. Very clever. Titch on defense. Oh, plan get... the plant? Plant did not happen. Now that got aborted. Dekar wisely getting away from that as the rest of their team starts to get melted. Melv over goes down to even things up. Titch in a bit of a gunfight, but can't rotate fast enough to track. Envy hoping for the best in this 1v2. They have 15 seconds to plant the bomb. Well, 10 seconds really, considering the actual time it takes to plant the bomb. Oh, I bet. Wait, was it planted? Why didn't it show it was planted? I'm silly. Well, at any rate, defusal happens, and that is Incognito taking the round. So very, very quick victory for Incognito here. And I believe we're going to be moving on to... I'm not sure we're going to be moving on to. I'm guessing it's Hardpoint, but it could be full search and destroy. At any rate, nicely done by Incognito, coming in from a little bit of an early deficit to take the entire game entirely definitively. I mean, Xerox Beast doing a great job in the kills, but in general, it was just... That was really what it was. It was entirely deathmatch play. I think there was the one defusal, and there was one plant on their side that led to a victory. But overall, no. Incognito just completely took that. And now we're on Hardpoint on Raid. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I really think Incognito has the advantage here. As it was, they were already doing a great job on the deathmatch style play in the non-respawn mode. And now they're in a respawn mode. Of course, the question generally comes down to timing. Like, where is your team when the point switches? Or when you need people around? And I got the impression off Zero Remorse that they were a little bit more coordinated. So while I expect we're going to be seeing Incognito doing some great gunplay and winning a lot of matches that way, I kind of expect to see Zero Remorse being able to bring in 3, 4, 5 stacks into the points when necessary. While Incognito, I expect to rely a bit more on individual members or individual players trickling into the fight and then just winning off of gun, or trying to have them win off gunplay. Granted, that could very well happen. Again, Kipslam is doing a great job early on. Xerox Beast caught up later when it came to kills, so that it could be the case. That could be a thing. Oh, we're doing 250 round score? Okay, that's an interesting rule set. I thought it was ranked. I guess it's a variation on ranked. I believe ranked is 150, not 250. I mean, 250 is more interesting. I'm not complaining. I'm just not sure what the rule set is. Sorry about that. This is a little bit of a sudden thing, so I'm trying to get an idea of what is the general approach. Tournament rules. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's... Okay, so it's basically ranked with no Molotovs or EMP or Cryo and a few banned perks and no score streaks or operator skills. Okay, so it's not totally ranked. It's just Search and Destroy ranked and shotguns are allowed. Well, shotguns and... what was the other type of thing? Shotguns and light machine guns are allowed. But otherwise... yeah, it's kind of a mix. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, my bad. Sorry. All LMGs and shotguns are banned. This is actually pretty close to Omen rules. It's just that Search and Destroy was fewer rounds, I got confused. Alright then. So we begin.
Hardpoint identified. It's too close. Fight harder.
Contact with enemy.
Hardpoint is open.
Lost the lead.
And, well, as I always say, it's the second hardpoint that counts. What the? Was there a... okay, there must have been an issue of some kind. Not sure what's going on here, so... update you. Update you as I find out, but it is probably a technical error on the part here. Either a disconnect or something rules-wise. No. Maybe because operator skills are being used? Operator skills are banned, so that's a possibility. Not sure why. Who do I think is going to win, Michael Mensa? I think we're going to see Incognito win the hardpoint. Like, the only thing that I could see Zero doing a bit better is having better team coordination and forcing Incognito's players into 1v3 situations. But if Incognito can maintain cohesion as a team, then their gunplay was working out just in their favor rather significantly in Search and Destroy. So I'm quite confident they're going to take it. Alright, I'm assuming there was an issue with the fact that some players had operator skills, and operator skills are banned. I don't really see any particular thing here. Like, alright. So we shall get going! Connections in. Yeah, that was the operator skills, looks like. I don't know, N still has... No, I don't know. I guess it's technical problems. It happens. Alrighty. Well, now this is going to be interesting. If Mekus uses the Annihilator, that's going to be a problem. Oh, I guess that's true for Carter and End as well. Anyhow, once again, we have smoke grenades smoking to frag. And Zero Remorse getting the early points. But as I was saying before the game suddenly landed, I always consider the important points to be the second point. The first point is, it matters. Yes, the score is important. But how do the teams handle rotation? I mean, so far, we do have a pretty impressive setup from Incognito. Like, they conquered that point thoroughly. But how is the rotation going to go? Because we're seeing now, like, Envy already in the kitchen, Carter and Beast looking to control around, see if they can find some way into the statue point. End as well already setting up in the kitchen. Xerox Beast looking to rotate, already pre-rotating, 20 seconds left. That's probably when you start seeing that. But, man, that is very aggressive on the rotations. And I'm seeing a bit more Zero coming in here. Envy takes the point. Again, they know the Incognito players play. Oh, okay, cool. So, one thing to point out. New season, new change. Hardpoint, not immediately available. It used to be, as of like 2 weeks ago, the Hardpoint was immediately available. So rotation was super important. Like, if you didn't rotate immediately, as in like leave one person on the previous point for the last 15 seconds, you wouldn't get the next point. Now with the lock, I expect we're going to be seeing players or teams hold on to the first point up until like the 10-second mark. Maybe 5-second mark. Because the next point's going to be locked for 8 seconds. So there's no point... There's no point removing yourself from the point in order to try to get the next point. You're not going to get any points for it. Man, we've really overloaded the word point in the English language. Well, at this point, Melv taking point. I'm pointing out a small weakness in the lines here for the rest of the team here. I mean, for Zero Remorse. Zero, however, Beast, End, and Dekar pointedly taking the garage.
Contact with enemy.
But they are holding on to that fairly effectively. Melv looking to come in again, taking point, but not able to get through. Xerox Beast also goes around. This is what I was talking about. Incognito coming around kind of one at a time from all the different directions. While Zero Remorse, they're fairly coordinated. They're fairly clumped up as a team. So they can control the firing angles that way. They should be in good position. In a good position. 17, however, taking good cover. Going around the side, getting killed, however, for the pre-aim from end. Yeah, they were... made sure that their opponents were on the pointy end. Now the basketball court is pretty well taken care of by Incognito.
Lost the lead. Capture the objective. Hardpoint identified.
And Incognito will... Well, will they take it? No, they have to retake it.
Hardpoint locked down.
Maku's coming around the side. Got a flank coming in here, but End takes out Kipslim. Makus... Looks like they were coming around the bottom, but no, everyone's coming down the staircases. Makus takes out... Well, they take out End.
Hardpoint contested.
Opening things up a bit. Envy's still presenting many problems, making things very inconvenient. They go down, however, and the hardpoint now goes back into Incognito's favor, but Zero Remorse, they're doing exactly what I thought they would do, coordinating as a team and taking advantage of that to compensate for their less efficient gunplay. Like, the gunplay is definitely in favor of Incognito, but Zero Remorse has just the positioning down. They know exactly where to be when. And they are winning on the rotations. They're not even bothering. At this point, they're just about even anyway, so they might as well rotate into the courtyard immediately. And again, Incognito tends to stream in one at a time, which is not the way to go. That being said, Xerox Beast with a great flank. Setting up for the courtyard take. Does get flanked themselves by Beast, or Berch. I don't know how to pronounce that. Beast. Just there's two beasts, so it's like Xerox and Beast. Whatever. Envy popping off. Xerox Beast putting an end to that. But still, that opened things up quite a bit. That being said, Incognito has maintained control of the courtyard this entire time, so while some clever gunplay coming in from Zero Remorse, it is not giving them the point, and Incognito is taking full advantage of the situation now with a 40-point lead. And no end in sight to... some end in sight to that. No end in sight. The rest of the team, they were slightly outside of the point, but they're all here. And the one advantage Zero Remorse can have, that is the team coordination, has been nullified as pretty much all of the members of Incognito are right here in the courtyard or near the courtyard, making it impossible for Zero Remorse to get any traction. And now they return back to the statue. And they're certainly getting an advantage for when they hit that point at the start. Like, their rotations have been stronger. It's just holding on to the point has proven to be a real hassle for them. Like a major challenge, but they have the point at least for a few seconds. Xerox Beast taking out Beast, and however coming in, looking to find some point to shoot from. Not really getting supported by their team, and Incognito is fully in position. Ooh. Well, End almost got a kill on Melv there, but unfortunately did not react quickly enough. And that leaves the point thoroughly in favor of Incognito. So, for those of you who are curious who these teams are, if you're familiar with the African scene, there's a, which I, to be honest, am not, but I was given the information. So, there was a team called Citizens, or Citizens Gaming Organization, and that's basically split off into, or butted off, these two teams. Like, both Zero Remorse and Incognito are essentially children of Citizens. So if you're familiar with Citizens, that's who these teams both are. They're just different teams. I believe Incognito came first, and Incognito is a little bit of a higher tier team. Actually, they're number 2, besides House of Anubis. And Zero Remorse, they're a newer team, which, again, they split off from Citizens. And in the case of Envy, actually defected from Incognito. But yeah, like I said, these teams are basically both children of Citizens. So that should give you the history you need. And if you aren't familiar with the African scene, then nothing I said had any meaning to you, but watch the game and you'll learn who the teams are. Incognito, much better at gunplay. Zero Remorse, a bit better at team coordination, but unfortunately the gunplay aspect is what's killing them here right now, and that is... well, that's what matters when you have 40 or 30 points left before the game is over, and really before this whole round is over, because Incognito, they won the first map.
Capture the objective.
They win this map. I think that's done. Actually, I'm going to double check the tournament rules. I believe it is indeed best of 3, and it is... Yeah, it's best of 3. That is exactly right. So, we are...
Hostiles have the hard point.
Yeah, we're looking at best of 3 here.
Pick it up, team.
So one more round, and that is it. Actually, one more point from the looks of it. That is the garage, yeah. I think it should be the garage by now. Yes, it is exactly the garage. And that is it. Incognito takes it 2-0. Perfect sweep from Incognito. 6-3 on the Search and Destroy, and 250 to 1... Wait, was that even triple digit? Please tell me Zero or Morse got above 100 points.
Just another day.
122. Okay, so it wasn't a complete wash, but man, that was lopsided. All right, well, Incognito definitely proving their position in the top tier of this particular region. So that, I believe, is that. I don't think there's any more from me today. So thank you all for watching. And until next time, have a good night, everyone.
Wow.